Hi, it's Mike with AK Wetworks. Today I want to talk to you about some over-the-counter disinfecting products and how to better protect your family and some of the things you might want to know or you might have thought about when you're trying to select a product for your home. We're not endorsing any of these products. We just grabbed a good sample from the local area here and just wanted to do a quick review with you on them, offer you some of our opinions on what we think about them, and also the important things, particularly related to contact times on surfaces, the EPA approved in-list products and chemicals to know if the products you're using are effective against coronavirus. So the EPA in-list is available online and it allows you to go look at the chemical type, the brand name, and more importantly, it's going to tell you the contact time required to kill the coronavirus. Go check it out because it really matters when you're selecting and very important when you're deciding how you're going to clean a surface and what you're trying to do with it. So looking at a few of the products that we've picked up here, one thing that we see often with wipe down services is people tend to spray, and as soon as they finish spraying, they begin wiping. Now another problem you have here is we're dealing with chemicals. So you should always consider wearing the proper PPE. I recommend that you definitely wear safety glasses. We don't always think of that when we're doing home applications, but super important. This stuff, you don't want it in your eye. You look at the first aid requirements, it's not worth the effort. It's really a better idea to put on a pair of safety glasses, protect your eyes, and also protect your hands. You don't want to absorb any of this through your skin. These are chemicals, and you need to protect yourself from that. So a good barrier is to put on some nitrile gloves, some rubber gloves, whatever you're comfortable with, and then you're ready to do some cleaning, right? So here we've got a multi-purpose cleaner. We have a foaming agent, we have an aerosol agent, and then we have another multi-purpose, but this particular one has a degreasing component to it, so it's more of a kitchen type. And then we have the good old bleach that we're all very familiar with. Now that I'm ready, I've got my PPE on, I'm protecting myself from the chemicals that I'm putting on here. We have to really kind of say, all right, so what is this? What chemicals are active in here, and how do I know that they kill coronavirus? This one advertises that we kill coronavirus, or it says against coronavirus. It doesn't actually make the claim to kill, but it does say against 99.9% of germs and bacteria. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to kill everything if you don't give it the proper contact time with the surface. So it's important to read the label. This particular product I'm not real fond of because it doesn't have the EPA registration number on the labeling. You have to be careful because sometimes the general labeling doesn't tell you specifically what it takes to kill corona. It tells you other viruses, but it doesn't necessarily tell you what it takes to kill coronavirus. That's why it's important to reference the in list and know what you're using. The other problem I have is it doesn't tell you the percentages of the active ingredients. It just tells you what they are. So it's hard to know other than what the label tells you here. And it says 30 seconds, but when we looked at some of the components of this, it was 3 to 10 minutes on some of the chemical ingredients in this particular product. So when you're doing your application, you've really got to make sure that you get the surface good and saturated, right? And you don't want to oversaturate it, just follow the label. Now, your first instinct is, okay, it's good, let's go. This has not even been on here for 10 or 15 seconds. This product at least has to wait 30 seconds by the label, and by some of the EPA in some of the general components of this product, you have to wait up to 3 minutes before you wipe this down. So there's that. Let's move on to the next product while we're letting that set up. So here we have a bleach foaming, and this is a bathroom bleach foaming, and I like these products because it really does a good job at expanding out, and you can really see the product and it's the foaming agent, and it just makes it very easy to know that you have a very good coverage on the surface. This product has the labeling. It's got the EPA registration numbers. It tells you what the active ingredients are. It definitely tells you a lot about what the percentages of the active ingredients and how long of a contact time you're required to have. The label says 5 minutes, but EPA Enlist says 10 minutes for coronavirus. So there's a small discrepancy in that, and that can be misleading. So you want to keep an eye out for that. The label, you need to really confirm the label contact time because they're talking general terms, but specifically related to coronavirus, you need to double check your Enlist so that you know that you're getting the right contact time. That could mislead you into not effectively killing and disinfecting the corona on the surface that you're treating. So we're going to let that set up. We got about 5 minutes to go on that one. So this is an aerosol, kind of like a general over-the-counter Lysol disinfectant spray. One of the issues that you have with this is that it becomes more airborne, and now you might need to consider some respiratory protection, wearing a mask. Doesn't say you have to, but you certainly don't want to inhale any of the chemicals. If you don't want them on your hands, you certainly don't want them in your lungs for sure. So that is a trade-off. Now, on the other hand, I like the coverage of the aerosol because it allows me to get on good flat surfaces, and it's got a good spray so that when I'm reaching around things and up underneath things, I have a really good atomized spray that reaches in there and really covers a lot of the surface area. This, we're going to treat this surface. You want good coverage on these, for sure. You want to be able to see it on there because you need to know that it's working. This particular product says that you need about a 10-minute contact time through the EPA list related to coronavirus, and the label also says 10-minute contact time. We have the grease remover, and it has the same 99.9%. And we looked at the different labeling. Contact time says 5 minutes. The Enlist says 5 minutes. The active ingredients are very clear and easy to find and to compare. And again, you're just going to spray that surface and make sure you have good coverage. And you're going to wait 5 minutes, which is hard to do when you're trying to clean. And you have to really think and consider about contact time because it takes longer to clean the longer contact times you have. So as a good comparison, on the labeling of the bleach here, it says 99.9% of germs for disinfecting. And then when you read the back label, there's an asterisk on that talks about influenza virus, A virus, and the rhinovirus type 14, some of the other common viruses, but it doesn't specifically mention coronavirus. And I know a lot of us are using this bleach product. So the label says for those 6 minutes. The EPA Enlist is very clear that you need 10 minutes of contact time with bleach, a bleach solution to a proper disinfecting of the coronavirus. So you can see here that we do have a pretty heavy coverage on these. Now, one thing that is very important to note is the environment in which you're spraying your surface. If you're spraying inside a car on a hot summer day, that is going to cause your dry time in your evaporation to speed up. And so you may need to reapply to keep that continuous time that you need for contact based on the chemical that you're using. So keep a good close eye on what you're buying, because if you buy cheap, it may actually take you longer because you have to wait longer to get the product. And so you will really want to make sure you're choosing the right products for what you're treating. I don't think any one product is the right answer. Personally, I think you need an arsenal of disinfectants to meet the needs that in the different applications that you have around your home, around your office, in your vehicle. Just know that your products are EPA approved. Know that the contact times, and understand that some labeling on some products are giving you a general contact time, but not specific to coronavirus. So now that we've talked a little bit about the contact time, the EPA list, understanding and reading the labels and how to make some selections related to your disinfectant needs around your home and for your family and even at the office. Let me tell you what AK Wetworks really specializes in. We specialize in using a PermaSafe system. It's a two-step process. Step one is medical grade disinfectant and sanitizer. Also primes the surfaces, and now it gets ready for step two. Okay, so the real magic is in step two. This is where we have the long-term antimicrobial shielding and barrier that is semi-permanent, long-lasting, works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it protects your facility through 18 carbon chains with a base layer. It has a positively charged atom that cross-links, and it does two things. It pierces the virus and any invading microbials, and it provides a static charge that electrocutes. So it kills in two ways. It's long-term, doesn't wipe off, doesn't rub off. Really, if you want to get it off, you sand it off or you have to paint over it. It's a really good product. It's state-of-the-art. It's leading technology and science, and those are the kind of solutions we need to combat the coronavirus and where we're at right now. If you need help in that, with your facility, with your home, with your vehicle, whatever it is you need help with, you call us. We'll be glad to put something together for you, and we'll come out and take care of it. Hey guys, I think that's a wrap for today. I want to say thanks for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you on the next clip. And please keep safe, take care, be kind, be nice, look after somebody. We need plenty of that going around. We'll see you next time. Thanks.